All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel, or back to, either or. I appreciate you watching either way. Got the 2023 version of the Surron Ultra Bee, which is the green frame, 19-inch wheels. So some of the newer ones, you got like a carbon edition, a black edition. It's gonna be your 24s, maybe even 25s coming out. I haven't heard anything about that, but they're all gonna have a black frame. I'm not huge on the green frame, but now like it sticks out, I like it. I just need this to match. Like, it comes with some horrible, hideous looking yellow stickers. So like you've got the yellow, the black, the green, the orange, the red showing from stuff. Like, it's too much color for me. So everything white besides probably the spring is going to be black. So that little piece down there, taking that out, the front fender, and then the fairing. I'll probably just order the black hand guards to replace. I broke the one and aftermarket mirror that I have had off of either mini bikes or my electric bike. I think my electric bike. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up because the battery's inside for the winter. I'm gonna store this inside for the winter. Got plenty of space inside. I know it doesn't have to. The motor's fine, and controller's fine, display's fine out here, but I don't need to have it packed in the garage. I got 2 motorcycles in there and a car. As you can see here, my track track back there, it's all way too muddy, and until the ground freezes, I can't really ride anyway. So perfect time to take these off, take them apart this weekend, and get them painted. So let's start that process. And then here's a customer's scooter I've still got to get him to pick up. Don't want too much to store over the winter. And then here's the Kawasaki KLX. This is a 2024 Kawasaki KLX 300 SM. So it's a supermoto bike. And they got the dual sport version and stuff with the dirt tires. I chose to go supermoto. I want to paint that, the aluminum engine plate, or engine guard there. So I think so. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I kind of think that in like this black would, shine a little bit more, look a little better. So that's my thoughts on that. There's my Honda XR150 tucked away for the winter. If you're interested on any, information on that, what you want to do, you put your petcock to off, run it for a while, and then down here at the bottom, there's a screw right there. Drain your carburetor bowl so it drains out. So you can put a cup down here. Drain out any fuel that's still left in your carburetor, even after you've ran it with the petcock off. And then usually, like, it'll just die. But yeah, I mean, you want to get all that. I try to go get ethanol-free gas, but it's just not around here very often, so I don't even know what that is in there. So I was going to drain all the fuel out of it, but there's quite a bit in there. That thing runs off hardly any fuel. That XR150 is a nice little commuter, put-around town bike to save a lot of fuel miles. This I'm hoping to get street legal, so I really probably not going to need the XR150 much, but as you can see here, very muddy, but still some good life in the tires. It's at 560 miles, so under 600 miles on it. I'm going to adjust the suspension, the front and the back, to match me and my weight a little better. And yeah, looking forward to getting this cleaned up and taken inside, taken apart, repainted, put back together. So stay tuned. Ooh. There she is, all cleaned up now. Seat cleaned up, and I mean, I took a sponge and a bucket and wiped this thing down, tires and everything. Look how clean it is. And that mud guard. Ooh wee. Clean the chain up a little bit. Gonna lube that up in a little bit. Gonna let this dry out a little bit. That was a lot of the little bits. And then take it inside here later and start taking it apart. It's It's probably like 45 or so right now, not too bad. It's about to get to freezing here fairly quickly though, so I'm going to maybe even take the leaf blower, get some of this water off, and get it inside. It's not like real nice, it's just right inside there, and get to working on it. All right, made it inside. Wasn't too easy because I didn't use the ramp this time. I just kind of lifted it up there. I thought without the battery, no big deal. But yeah, it kind of was a big deal. Wiped it down a little bit. I could still do a little better here on the frame and stuff. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm not, don't have a fancy house. Sorry about stuttering. Don't care about my house too much, my flooring and stuff, until I maybe get it done. My house has never kind of been fully finished with flooring and stuff like that, and I haven't even painted my walls, really. I've lived here for like 12 years. But don't really care about that kind of stuff. Care about fun toys and stuff to ride. Come on. Might even bring my motorcycle in and sit in beside this thing. Get rid of that couch. Nobody sits on that couch. So I can just put the Surron diagonally here, and then the KLX 300 right beside it. Or just, yeah, pulling, facing out. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, so I got the batteries inside over there. It has been. It's that point of the year where it's too wet right now. So once the ground freezes and my track freezes over, yeah, I can take it out there all winter long. But for right now, it's just like mush. Just ridiculous to ride on. Took a while to clean the tires up, but I actually even got the tires cleaned up fairly well. And like I said, these it's not touching the ground. This front one's a lot better. But I'm gonna get those cleaned up a little bit more if I can. And yeah, the main thing is just getting this inside here to get these pieces off, paint those black no matter what. The fairing and the front fender black, I feel like no matter what. Or at least like, I don't know, like, do you think the front fender black, but then the fairing white, and then keep the handguards white with the white spring? Because I'm just afraid, like I wanted to go all black, but I'm afraid the spring won't be paintable. Or if I get a black spring, that's already pretty nice to my weight right now. But you do have some adjustability on the back shock and stuff. So I don't know. I'm going to try to maybe test that out and spray it. Take that shock off and spray the spring and see if it sticks to the paint fairly well. Then I'll work on lighting. So I'd like to get this street legal. So we're still going to work on getting turn signals put on, an actual brake light that works with the like a brake sensor switch that I'll have to install. The like $300 full kit and stuff like that from Surron Canada or whatever website, it's been sold out since I bought this bike months ago, and then it's gone up in price since. So probably closer to $400 realistically to get the wiring harness and stuff and the new switch and stuff straight from Surron. So I really wish mine would have been the street legal. So, but I don't regret this at all. It came, like I said, I got a motorcycle carrier. I got this for $5,300 if you didn't see my previous videos. The green frame is actually kind of grown on me. I got it when I wanted to get it, when, you know, some other people might have bought on Alibaba and waited months and months until it actually showed up. I don't have the balls to do that. Don't have that much money. It took me years to save up to get this, and that was hard to hand over thousands to for an electric dirt bike. But it's the one I wanted. I didn't have to get like a Surron Light Bee and have to upgrade it. I didn't have to get this and have to upgrade it or that. Yeah. The E-Ride Pro SS 2.0 was pretty sweet. But you know, they got the 3.0 and the RS and stuff like that. So this market is crazy right now, but still, if you can get your hands on a Surron Ultra Bee at a decent price, it is amazing. I bet it's the best bike besides like your Stark Vargs in that class, like the Arctic Cat stuff, you know, like your $10,000, $15,000 class. yeah, great bike. Let's get this taken apart. Let's get it blacked out. All right, guys, mostly torn down. I just wanted to show you. So when you take this fairing off on the front, you just have 4 bolts. There's 2 at the top here, and then 2 at the sides, and then there'll be 2 Phillips heads here. That's like on this black piece. That's you know, cable management on the way down. There's the inside of that if you haven't seen it. Make sure you don't lose this little spacer that'll stay above. And yeah, so these those 4 coming off the fairing were, this is the 4mm. Everything else was the 5, a little thicker. So they were 4 bolt. You'll want to go ahead and take the skid plate off of there, and as you can see there, I'm going to clean that up. It's weird angles to get to these Phillips screws to get these white pieces off. So and then also while I'm at it, I think I'm just going to paint all of it. Maybe it's going to make it look a little nicer. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and paint it all there. So, and yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, I got the it's a little messy here. Just cleaned up and lubed up the chain so that didn't get rusty at all, because as you saw there, I was washing the bike. Put a little bit of soap on the back here, and then I will get the rest of that tape off there. That cleaned up well, and then the lens on the light cleaned up well. But I do want to get that bracket that like mounts into this and drops down, because that's what's going to hold my turn signals, and then I will put an aftermarket light into that. So all right, guys, pretty easy there. Get those 2 off. You can take those 2 off, or paint the entire thing if you want to just paint the entire thing. I'm going to take those off and clean it all up, and then I'll probably paint that skid plate also. That way it's just kind of painted looking rather than flat black. I might even paint that, since it's kind of flat black, to kind of match along with it. So I might paint that and this protector as well. Maybe even I don't know. I would take that side plate off of the motor, and I might also do that as well. So we'll take a look at it. All right, stay tuned. Get paint set up, or I might wait till morning. Not sure yet. All right, I missed showing you the prep because I recorded it on a different phone. Don't want to switch everything over. Just took everything down into this corner room in my basement. It's kind of nasty, just a utility room, my furnace and stuff. I shut my furnace off and opened up some windows and fan on and stuff in here. But yeah, I just don't mind painting in here very quickly. It doesn't really get up to upstairs. I don't even smell it upstairs. So, here we go. Front fender, went ahead and did the skid plate, the cover for the belt area, the front fairing, and then the side pieces there. I mean, a little imperfections all over that, but you'll have that. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, just got to flip around and do the bottom, and be done here shortly. Hey, get away from that. All right, it's the next day. I got the handguard painted and put on, and as you can see, it I mean, from a distance it looks fine, but it's just weird looking. It's weird. So yeah, I mean, ordering your plastics, they're gonna look a lot different, shine a lot different than like your average paint. at Walmart is going to finish. Thanks for squeaking that ball like crazy, buddy. Appreciate that. So I'm going to keep that in mind. By no means am I making this, like, trying to make this look like a showroom bike or something like that. I just wanted to black it out. So that white, black, green, orange, yellow. Like I said, it had too many colors, so wanted to minimize that down. Guys, what do you think? Like, should I get this spring out of here and do all that? Is it worth getting that spring out of there? I do want to adjust the suspension anyway. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end up doing that. So let's go ahead and tear it all down. All right, another update here. Again, don't mind redoing my kitchen. Look what happened here to these two pieces. Everything else, it's got kind of like that smooth look to it. I don't know if it was something that, like, don't mind this. That's the glue that I used to fix this. I don't know if it's something that it's reacting to something that I clean these with or what. It just happened on like the last coat or so. I mean, it looks horrible, but it also kind of I mean, it's different, I guess. It's like got a textured look to it. I don't know. I'm just going to rock it for now because it's better than just being white, I guess. Is that just like the spray? Like did I put too much? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I put a lot on here and it looks horrible there on the sides. I didn't take my time and like hang them up very well and like I just so they're covered, but normally like these were smooth before like the last coat. So oh well. Alright, I'm gonna get these put back on the bike. I don't think then I'm not gonna worry about the spring being white. Actually, yeah, I'm still worried about it. Let's take this whole bike apart. Alright, so after looking into what's best to do here, go ahead and get you some new Allen. What is this here? Let me tell you the whole sizes. Alright, so that is a 6 right there, 6mm. We'll get that one right there, this one right here, and then this tiny little guy. That was a 3. So I'll need that 3. And then you already need the 4 and the 5 for the other stuff. So you'll need 3, 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, you'll remove that. This should bring this back subframe out completely. And then you'll have a lot better access. So on this side, be this one, and that one. And then, glad I did it. These had Loctite on. Like one of them had some, well, they both do. But they weren't on there. They weren't secured. Like they were falling out already. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the entire bike this winter. I'm going to just go ahead and get this re-Loctited and redone so I don't have any issues next year. Because those were the point where they were going to start coming out. So, all right, so that's how you take the back subframe off, and then I will show you how to, remove the chain, the jack shaft, all that. Right now, I'm working on, I don't know what size this is. I put my adjustable on here, and you can see it already stripped that. So I want to make sure I get an actual socket to fit. This is, a 24mm I had. And it's bigger than that. So I'm thinking like 26 maybe. I'll have to look it up. But I didn't have anything bigger. Yeah, so stay tuned. Let me get that so I can move this wheel because I've got these off. That is a 10mm there. These are, I believe, 14 or 12. And so you want to loosen those up. Those are kind of how you tighten or tension the chain. But this has to come out. This is so tight right now. It's always been pretty tight from what I'm hearing. all of these chains, all of these belts are very tight coming from the factory. So it's a good time to just go ahead and let's get this all taken apart. All right, Muggsy Bogues, trying to get it. He made himself a little fort under the couch. I had to move this. It's like an L-shaped couch to make some room. Yeah, I mean, my house is trashy. Don't mind it. I don't care. Trying to redo the floors. 27 millimeter is that axle bolt. All right, so it's finally loose. As you can see by chain slack there. Let's get the subframe off there so we can expose the spring and the rear shock there and get that out of there and keep moving. All right, here we go. So that whole section there, so just those two main holes right here. There was not any Loctite down here. There was hardly any up here, but these top ones did break off. You heard a break, like snap, break off. So or break loose, not break off. Okay, so KKE 450 pound spring back here. This was chewed up from like the owner trying to adjust and then me trying to adjust a little bit. We should have just waited and had the tool to use, but we didn't because I'm impatient. But yeah, I don't see why that can't be painted up. Let's just go ahead and paint it black, and if it doesn't really work, we'll get a black spring. And I think the spring size is fine for me. Not very heavy guy, so I might even be too much. So all right, let's get this thing out of here. All right, start getting really lost here. These the shorter ones that just came off here. So I have this little guard at the back of the belt. So you got one, you got two, there's one down in there, and then three, and that'll take that off of there, but it's hard to get out, you know, with all this stuff in the way. But the point is, you've got to get enough room to get to that 14 back there. So I've already got the top off. It's a 14 millimeter at the top. But again, like I said, you just make enough room, get that cover up out of the way a little bit. Not the easiest thing to do. Oh yeah, and then I was trying to remember then. So yeah, those three went with those. These four are for, you know, the subframe, along with the two skinnier ones there. Those are for the front fender. All those are pretty similar. Oh man, these two are shorter than these. Those go on the front fairing. Yeah, I got this. All right. Rear shock's out of there. Whole thing. Oh, actually I can probably get this cover out of the way right now. I don't necessarily need it out of there, but I'd like to check everything else out while I've got the room. I'll have to finagle that out of there with two hands. But yeah, there it is. I'm very glad I took my Ultra Bee apart because it wasn't put together very well. But at least nothing is stripped out. But as you can see, like there's no Loctite in there. They have all these markings on there, like they marked them and checked them for torque and stuff. But I'm going to get some blue Loctite in most of those, and kind of secure this up. At least like the subframe for sure. You don't want that falling off. All right, got the shock taken apart. All you got to do is press down and slip this so it goes through there and comes out. So it just protects that from popping off. I'm going to paint the spring black. That'll be the only thing like gold. So handlebars are going to stay because eventually I'm going to get handlebars. So realistically, like the motor and the cables from it, other than that, there's just going to be the green and the black finally, which is amazing. So I had the yellow that was taken out with the stickers. Now the white is getting taken out with paint. So yeah, I could have just decaled it, been done with it, but still the front fender and fairing were still white. You would see that through or behind the sticker. So I had to get all matching plastics before I can even decal it. So I might possibly throw some decals on eventually, but as of right now, I'm just going to go over the bike thoroughly. I hope this helped you guys. If you guys are looking to tear down your Surron Ultra Bee, I would highly recommend that you get some Loctite, back these bolts out, put some blue Loctite on it, and put them back on. I would highly advise it. So you just don't know. I mean, obviously, like they make their torque marks because they probably get in trouble if they don't. But who knows if they're really tightening and torquing stuff? Who knows? You know, this back wheel was so tight. Like this back axle was so tight that I couldn't just use an adjustable wrench on it. I had to go buy the socket, and then, oh man, it was tough. It was on there. So there was no need for that because then this didn't provide any adjustability here. No matter how much you were adjusting the chain tension or things there, they weren't adjusting anything. It was just so solid. So I'm gonna cut the video off right here. I wanted to show you guys the complete bike. But I do want to do a few more things. I might even go ahead and get tires taken care of while the bike's broke down. And then really clean and then really paint things up nice. Not really happy about the way that the other parts turned out. So I'm going to probably look into redoing those or so. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Till I see it in the sun, I just don't know because it gives it like this weird textured look. Which just looks like a horrible paint job compared to on the back end smooth. So something weird happened and reacted to something I either cleaned the parts with or I have no idea. Let me know in the comments if you know what causes that. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and again, hopefully this helps out with you tearing down your Ultra Bee, or just shows you kind of a better idea of the bike. There's a lot of these bikes out there. This market is flooded with bikes. I saw like the E-Ride Pro SS RS and then like the 3.0, their two newest bikes. They're going to probably be similar to this, or if not even a little better in some ways, but it just depends on what you can get the Ultra Bee at. Full price, not the greatest buy out there, but it's a great freaking bike once you have it. But best bang for your money, I don't know. I don't know if this still is. It's a huge market. At least once you're up into the 72 volt range, this one being 74, 55 amp hour battery. So I still think their battery is quite better than a lot of other things out there. Most of those are 72 volt, 40 amp hour in a lot of those. But again, things are improving all the time. The market is ridiculous, so which is only good. I mean, once you bought a bike, you feel like it depreciates right away so much, but it is nice having one of the best bikes out on the market. So, All right, guys, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you are not. If you've watched a few of my videos and haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit it. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it would really help me out. Let's get me over 500 subscribers and keep growing this channel. All right, guys, get out there and ride if you can. I mean, if it's winter, but get out there and ride. Peace. Oh my gosh, what a huge difference. I feel like already. Front blacked out. I just hated that white and then having black on the back of it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to repaint that, but it's all good. For right now, it'll work for the winter. I'm gonna ride it until closer to springtime, and then I will probably be putting brand new tires on in the spring, and probably like a belt or the chain drive by then, and then I can kind of finalize painting. But for now, yeah, I'm gonna get some more black paint and get that spring painted, and that'll be that. Alright, here is the spring. And again, that's all I'm using is just your black gloss Rust-Oleum paint at Walmart. Spring's turning out really nice. Oh. Uh-oh. There we are. This cover looks pretty good. This chain guard looks pretty good. Oh, I'll spray that a little bit more. Alright, coming along pretty good. Alright. Got the spring painted. It's kind of got like the same kind of textured effect on... I went for like maybe a second or third coat and it started doing that. Kind of like the front fender. And painted these up because these were all scratched up. And then the blue, that's tape, the blue part. Painted that. That was scratched up at the bottom. The covers are all painted up now. I covered the sticker for the tension information and stuff like that. I mean, I snapped a picture of it before, but I'd like it to be on the bike for maybe a next owner or something like that. I'm still, I'm kind of digging this. Like, I like that look, to be honest. I know most of you are like, oh my God, that is a horrible paint job. Cool, that's your opinion. I think it actually is. I mean, yes, it's a bad paint job, but to me that kind of looks cool. I don't know. I guess I could have gotten this out of there, painted that little piece. A lot of this is just like these are scratched up, so I am going to get those off there and get those painted eventually, or maybe I mean, might as well right now. But then you're like, oh, well then I might as well paint this, and then I might, you know. So I think every single plastic on it, I'm going to get painted a certain color eventually, and then the powder, and then powder coat the frame as well. So like whatever I'm doing right now is just cheap and for next season to ride around and get messed up, you know. So don't hate too much. So, mostly just making this video so a lot of you can kind of see how the Ultra Bee breaks down, since there's not a whole lot of videos showing it being broken down. So all right, we'll get back to it, and then I'll like snap, and then boom, the bike will be together. Okay, we'll do something cool like that. All right, ready? Went ahead and decided I didn't want to regret anything, and I mean, look how scratched up those guards are already. I mean, those look horrible. So everything turned out good. I've repainted these. They turned out really well. The spring kind of turned out textured like the front fender and front fairing. It's got to be something going on with just the amount of coats that you hit or something, or the way it's reacting. I have no idea. But again, I actually kind of think it's cool. I'm not going to lie. It is like I mentioned, a bad paint job, but I dig it. I don't mind it. So, all right, it looks kind of weird without those guards on there. Got that off. This side is the more difficult one, just because it's got a few cables for your regen sensor thing and then your brake line, but not too bad. And all of them are just 3 little tiny Allen bolts at the bottom. And get that off there. Let's get this painted, and let's finally get this bike put back together, because today was a nice enough day to be able to kind of ride, so I kind of almost regret having it broken down, but it was still wet. It's still wet and muddy, so once things harden up and freeze, I can't wait to get this thing out there in the winter. I might even go ahead and get like little studs to put into the tires and do like an ice tire thing if like the lake freezes or something here locally. Go take it out on the lake would be sweet. So, all right, guys, let's get this bike put back together. Let's go. All right, it's a few days later. I've just kind of, throughout the week, kind of pieced it back together. So as you can see, the front is all back and assembled. I've got the side cover left. I've got the bolts already in there. These 4 are for the engine guard or what. I don't even know what you would call that. Skid plate? Yeah, I guess it's still a skid plate. I don't know why I didn't just say that at first, because I'm an idiot sometimes. All right, got the shock back in there, spring back in there, and then I took a paint pen and kind of went at any kind of little marks. Even that's making me a little upset right now just seeing that. I'll probably touch that up a little bit more. I went and got new hardware, new lock nuts, and a little beefier, upgraded them to a higher grade. These, as you can see, they just started rounding out pretty quickly. So it's not a bad idea to upgrade your hardware if you're taking apart your Ultra Bee, and get you some nice lock nuts or something in place there. So put the spring back. I love that it's not white anymore, so I'm so glad I went ahead and did that. Was it a pain in the butt? Absolutely. But am I not going to be like, oh man, I wish I would have painted that white? Just so glad I did it. So alright guys, let's finally get this back together. Let's do that whole snap thing again, like I said. Okay, hold on. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. And there she is. All put back together, just like that. Magic. I love it. I love the black. It's not perfect. It's got its imperfections, and you know, I need to touch a few things up. Well, not even that. I'm not even going to worry about it. Eventually, I'll tear it all down again and make this bike a completely different color. Powder coat the frame, all that. So I've already decided. Some of the threads and the frame already need rethreaded. The subframe, stuff like that. I carefully put it back on and Loctited everything. But they are not the greatest. Some of these bolts aren't tightened all the way. So, I mean, use at your own risk. I would highly advise, if you didn't assemble your Ultra Bee out of the box, that you torque almost every bolt or the major bolts. And this turned out great. I love it. Even like the plastics that I just went ahead and painted anyway, because they were already scratched up. It worked out really well. And just the front, turning that from white to black is awesome. Because, I mean, the back was already black. So I don't get what they were going for with this first model. I like the carbon edition. I like the all black edition or whatever. I'm not sure the differences still. I think it's just the year. The motors changed a little bit and stuff like that. But from what I hear, we still, if you've got this model, if you've got the higher RPMs, it's going to hit higher RPMs than the other one for cooling reasons and stuff. So they're trying to keep it from overheating. Haven't had any issues with that. Absolutely love this bike. Highly recommend the Surron Ultra Bee. There's even like the Talaria Boys and some other YouTube groups on here that are and have in this last year and a half reviewed multiple bikes in the range like under this $4,000 or $5,000 range, and the $6,000, $7,000 or $6,500 range like this one. This is still the best bike out there, and highly recommend it. So if you're watching this because you're interested in buying an Ultra Bee, get your hands on one as soon as you can while it's available, or get you a used one. Look on your local Facebook marketplace and pick you up something used like I did. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully that helped you if you are an owner of an Ultra Bee and are ever tearing yours down. Hopefully that gave you some good insight, and looking forward to putting a new controller, probably the Torp controller, on here fairly soon. It's probably your best bang for your buck upgrade for like a little over $1,000. Is going to give you the best performance upgrade versus very, very, very expensive battery to upgrade, or fairly expensive motor to upgrade, but not as high of a jump. From what I hear, you put a new controller on these things and it's almost like a completely different bike. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Who's going to get me to 500? Everyone enjoy your Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And have a great night. Peace.